Khabib Nurmagomedov was kicked off a plane. The video went viral. We took a couple of days to collect all the information, and we have a verdict. Is Khabib guilty or innocent? We'll be talking about it throughout this video. I have a contact that could be actually directly involved in the case, so make sure you stick around for the entirety of this video because this is going to be a crazy ride as we dissect the video that has gone viral. Khabib Nurmagomedov ejected from a plane. I would like you guys to hit the like button right now, and let's get right to it.
Because I know the language and I know the
It's not about the language.
I know how to help people, and now you guys, because this woman don't understand, don't understand what she's talking about.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're either going to have you switch your seat because my flight attendants are not allowing you to sit in the exit row, or you're going to have to get off this plane and then we'll have to leave because they're not comfortable with sitting in the emergency exit row. My flight attendants. And unfortunately, it is fair.
It's not fair.
Yes, it is.
But you guys, when I was making check-in, they asked me, do I know English? Yes, I said.
And they said yes.
Yes.
I understand that, but it's also off of their judgment. I'm not going to do this back and forth. I will call a supervisor. You can either take a different seat, or we can go ahead and escort you off the plane. Which one are we doing?
We're gonna need you to sit.
Okay, I'll call a supervisor, and then we're going to have to rebook you for a different flight. Josh, do you copy?
Correct.
Okay, so let's just break this down really quick because this is a very uncomfortable situation. And at a first glance, when I look at this thing, I don't think Khabib really done anything wrong here. So let's play the beginning once again.
Because I know the language and I know the
It's not about the language.
He goes, I know the language, and she goes, it's not about the language.
I know how to help people, and now you guys, because this woman don't understand what she's talking about.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're either going to have you switch your seat.
So she's not even listening to him. And she goes, well, what we're going to do is have you switch your seat, right? Like he was literally explaining himself, and she's just like, it's like in one ear and out the other.
My flight attendants are not allowing you to sit in the exit row, or you're going to have to get off this plane and then we'll have to leave.
So then she gives him an option. If he doesn't switch his seat, now they're on the exit row, and if you sit on the exit row, they ask you, hey, are you willing to help everyone out in case something goes down? And usually, you say yes, but I'm really sitting here because I want some extra leg room. I have some questions about Khabib being on this flight, but we're going to be talking about that in a second. Anyway, it seems like he's complying here. It seems like he's willing to work with them.
Because they're not comfortable with sitting in the emergency exit row.
So now she's saying my flight crew is not comfortable with him sitting in the exit section here.
Flight attendants. And unfortunately, it is fair.
And Khabib says it's not fair, and she goes, it is fair. Khabib's kind of right in this situation, right? Like, I've been tough on Khabib. I've made a lot of jokes on Khabib. But in this situation here, he is right. It isn't fair. Like, he's literally complying. It doesn't sound like he's going to do anything to disrupt sitting in this seat.
Yes, it is.
But you guys, when I was making check-in, they asked me, do I know English? Yes, I said.
And they said yes.
Yes.
I understand that, but it's also off of their judgment. I'm not going to do this back and forth.
I'm going off their judgment. I'm not going to go back and forth. There's really no back and forth that's happening here. Khabib is trying to explain himself, and she's just shutting him down. There's zero back and forth.
I will call a supervisor. You can either take a different seat, or we can go ahead and escort you off the plane.
And he says it's not fair, and he's still being kind to her. And I mean, he's right. Where is he being the problem?
Which one are we doing?
We're gonna need you to.
Which one are we doing?
Okay, I'll call a supervisor, and then we're going to have to rebook you for a different flight.
And Khabib's like, "Guy, call the supervisor. Go ahead."
Josh, do you copy?
Correct.
So that's it. That's it. They take him off. And, he's not being a problem. Now, he could have smashed the whole damn plane if he wanted to, but he was civilized, and he has his hood up, and he just walks out. walk of shame. And then his buddy who is sitting next to him is getting the luggage, and it's a whole thing. Here are the questions that I have in this situation. First of all, why in the world is he flying Frontier Airlines? What? The Eagle, Khabib Nurmagomedov, got a bunch of money, retired. Now he's a coach, going to be cornering Islam Makhachev at UFC 311. And this was a flight from Vegas to San Francisco, not a very long flight. Why couldn't he get on a private jet? Why is he not sitting in first class? Why is he sitting in extra legroom, exit row in coach? Like, it makes no sense. And how I saw this post was when Dylan Dennis put it out there trolling on him. But it really doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, and if you have a reason why Khabib is sitting in this section, let me know. Because my contact that I was talking to as well had the same questions. Like, what's the reasoning there? I don't understand this. All right, so here is Khabib Nurmagomedov's response once this video goes viral. And he says, first of all, I need to clarify that it was Fly Frontier, not Alaska Air. Lady who comes to me with questions was very rude from the very beginning. Even though I speak very decent English and can understand everything and agreed to assist, she still insists on removing me from my seat. What was the base for that? Racial, national, or other one? I'm not sure. But after 2 minutes of conversation, she called security and I was deplaned from this aircraft. After 1.5 hours, I boarded another airline, and left to my destination. I did my best to stay calm and respectful, as you can see in the video, but those crew members could do better next time and just be nice with clients. Frontier Airlines replies directly to Khabib Nurmagomedov's tweet, "We are aware of the incident and investigating." After the investigation, they release a statement. On January 11, 2025, as Flight 4401 from Vegas to San Francisco was preparing for departure, a flight attendant initiated the customary briefing for exit row passenger. Customer Khabib Nurmagomedov, who was seated in an exit row, was asked multiple times if he was willing and able to assist in the event of an emergency. According to the flight attendant, Mr. Nurmagomedov did not respond despite repeated attempts, which placed him in non-compliance with FAA requirements. The flight attendant informed Mr. Nurmagomedov that he could be moved to a different upgraded seat or exit the plane. Videos circulating on social media platforms do not capture this interaction and instead show a subsequent interaction after a gate agent entered the plane and reiterated the option to be reseated. As a result of the customer's initial unresponsiveness and repeated declination of seat change, he was asked to deplane per airline and FAA policy. The decision to deplane the customer was in no way related to his ethnicity, and we have refunded him and his traveling companions for the flights. Boy, wasn't that nice of you guys. I was looking up reviews of Frontier Airlines, and here's TripAdvisor, a 2 out of 5 star review after 25,960 votes. This airline is known to be hot dog shit. I mean, we know that this airline is no good. But for some reason, Khabib decided to take that flight. Now, like I said, it's a short flight, but why not a private jet or, I don't know, sit in first class or, it makes absolutely no sense at all. Let me know in the comment section why you think he was on that flight. I want to give you the other side now. Maybe, just maybe there were a couple of other reasons why he was taken off this plane. Khabib is a pretty recognizable guy. I'm sure that there was someone on the staff that was like, oh, look at that. That's Khabib Nurmagomedov. That guy's one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. That also is a guy that was involved in some weird stuff. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty of anything, but he was in connection with some terrorist activities. You guys remember that whole situation last year where Conor McGregor was going off on Khabib because of the terrorist connections? Let me refresh your memory. The police raided Khabib's gym during the summer because of some sort of thoughts about a terrorist connection. Breaking special forces have surrounded the Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov school, named after MMA fighter Khabib's father, in Makachakala. Probably said that wrong. About 24 armed forces in camouflage and special equipment stand guard at the school's entrance. Preliminary information suggests that operational activities related to a terrorist case in Dagestan are underway there. One of the militants, Gadzimurad Kagirov, was a student at the school and a Khabib Nurmagomedov's Eagle FC Fight Club member. Yesterday evening, the sixth member of the fanatics group that attacked churches and synagogues, ISIS, and killed a priest on June 23rd in Makachakla and Derbent was taken into custody. Preliminary reports indicate that this is Gajimurad's younger brother. He might have been one of those who attacked Christians and Jews in Derbent. Now listen, guys. I'm not saying that Khabib did have connections to this, but his gym was raided and it was linked towards terrorist stuff. And I don't know if you guys remember this too, when Khabib fought Conor McGregor and then he leaped over the cage and went after Dylan Dennis. Everyone trying to stop him here. Fight starts off in the crowd. Complete riot breaks out over here. People jumping over the cage. Sucker punching Conor McGregor, the whole deal. It got a little nuts that night. These are two situations that Khabib is linked to, and one of them he started. And let's not forget about Ali Abdelaziz being linked to 9/11, his manager.
His manager is a fucking snitch, terrorist rat, and that's it. I could go into heavy detail, and I will go into heavy detail. He was pulled off of a flight going from Cairo, Egypt to New York City on September 11, 2001. He was caught with 5 passports in his possession. He turned informant and turned on the people that he was working with. He is I don't even know how that man is in this country.
Now listen. I'm not here to get everyone upset and all the Khabib fans to go off on me and this and that. I'm just telling you the other side. Do I think Khabib is guilty? No, I don't think he's guilty in this situation. I think, in fact, he does have a legitimate case. Stay with me here because we're going to get to that from a source that I know personally. But you have to think, if you are a flight attendant on this plane and you feel that this guy is resisting and not complying with the regulations and God forbid stuff goes down, why is he not cooperating? You know, and you know the backstory of Khabib and his team and his manager, you may be a little nervous. I guess I'm playing devil's advocate right now. But you have to acknowledge that side of the story. So with Frontier Airlines putting out this statement, non-compliance with FAA requirements, I guess there's something there. People like Michael Chandler are taken to social media, and a lot of MMA personalities are coming to the defense of Khabib Nurmagomedov. Michael Chandler says, if you're going to kick our goat off the plane for a little accent, please start making passengers do a physical and mental fitness aptitude test before you let them sit in the exit row after uttering a one-word, one-syllable yes, because I've seen some slugs in the exit row on flights. Team Khabib. A lot of people coming to Khabib's defense in this situation, and I understand why. Now, my contact did speak to Khabib's team, and if there are actions that are going to be taken, he says that there is a valid case. And in that video, he was completely a victim in the situation, which I saw as well. Like watching this video, if you put aside all the other stuff that we threw at you, people may be jumping to conclusions because of the past that is connected to Khabib Nurmagomedov. If you just focus on this video, he's a victim. Can you pin the stuff that happened in the past to him and have questions? Can you feel uncomfortable in a situation like this? Well, we won't know unless Khabib tries to sue these people. If Khabib sues these people, my contact says he has a very, very valid case. But if he doesn't decide to sue these people, let me ask you this. Why is he not suing? Is he guilty? Is it because of religious beliefs? Is it because he has a bunch of money already? So what the hell does he need money from a crappy airline? But if it is because of the money reason, why is he flying that crappy airline? Why is he not in first class? Why is he not in a private jet? There are so many questions in this situation. So I want to ask you guys in the comments section, what do you think? Do you think Khabib was treated wrong? Because it seems like majority of the internet thinks that way, including myself. Or was it the pilot's fault?